My test. Test. There we go.
Yep.
Hey, turn you down just a little bit. There we go. That should be fine.
Yep.
Oh.
Sounds all right.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. What do you want me to be getting? You got any questions or?
Um,
'Cause I've already
just what's your take on everything? Because I know there's been like a lot of things said by
Yeah,
multiple people. So.
there's, and there was a few things that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of, I shouldn't have posted the tweet. Honestly,
Mm,
that's my first and foremost downfall. I wasn't, I posted it with, like, the intention, because, and what is it? I lost my job, and before that, I almost lost my boyfriend, and I was threatened to lose my job. That kind of
right.
kicked me off into being my whole personality has changed, and I'm kind of
Mm,
coping with that, which is I thought I was done coping with it, but apparently a week's not good enough. I need to just always be mindful of what I'm doing, but as we all should. But yeah, I snapped, and I'm a lot more assertive. I'm always speaking my mind, whereas before I wouldn't speak my mind at all, or only when I get pissed off enough, and then when I did speak my mind, it was a fit of rage because I had taken enough to finally speak my mind, type of deal. Um, so I mean that is part of the reason that, you know, I'm just kind of cutting off people, speaking my mind to people, things that I wish I would have said sooner. Like I didn't even get around to saying it to because there was more there than what was in the tweets.
yeah.
Um, like I had noticed, and people are attacking me for like viewers and shit like that. Like I've never cared about the viewers or any of that or the followers. Like I mean, heck, I laughed at the fact that I lost like what I think 50 followers on Twitch. Like I don't give a shit. Like I really don't give a shit. That's less of a worry of people like coming into my streams and harassing me because dared have a different opinion on someone. Like, but anyways, uh, like some of the things people were tagging me for were like calling him a fake, but what I think they were looking into was the fact that I had told them that I was tired of fake people, which wasn't directed specifically at him. Um, but you know, um, let me actually go into. Please tell me I can bring this up. Uh, ah, no, I can't. Thought I
That's
had
all
it
right.
somewhere.
Don't worry about it.
Eh, well, I'd like to actually be accurate with what was said, but guess where I had them somewhere on here. I don't know why. Discord is weird when it comes to searching up DMs. Like sometimes you can't always bring them up. It's weird, even though they're sitting somewhere. Um, eh. Yeah, but I forgot where I was going with that. Uh, but yeah, math. One of my math exes already talked to me about this, so this is kind of just like a rerun, which is why I was kind of like, do I really want to go through this again, like kind of deal. Um, but yeah, I've still got a lot of learning to do when it comes to like speaking my mind and shit. Like, I mean, I don't really mind or care that the people that attacked me. I mean, at the same time, I see them as part of the Twitter furry drama problem that like Twitter furries in general have. Like, I mean, they I shared an opinion, they didn't like the opinion, and then they said I'm wrong without even asking me what all happened. They just
Yeah,
assumed it
and
was
then
all
all of a sudden it all just kicks off, and you're just kind of like caught in
exactly,
the crossfire. Yeah.
exactly. And I should have thought about that honestly, but one of the things I still need to start doing is thinking before I act and including what I say because this assertiveness has removed uh, my filter, and I do say um, I'm not mean, but I'm unintentionally like with some people, like not like everyone, but sometimes I just say things and I don't realize what I've said, kind of deal.
Mm.
Um, but the rest of the things with Loki was like he would come into my chats, and I was very back then I was very supportive, and I'd shout him out because he was just getting started.
Yeah.
And one day, like I think I made an announcement about it, maybe, I'm not too sure, but I just decided to stop shouting people out um, because people would come in. They wouldn't ask for a shout out, but I'd shout them out, and like they just not say anything, and I just felt like used,
Mm.
like honestly. Um, and so that kind of bubbled up to the surface. Like I was trying to honestly this past like week I've been trying to like bury the hatchet with people, bury the past. I've been trying to move on and be a
Yeah,
better person,
exactly.
which is partly why I like approached him because I was gonna bury all that, and then yeah, what set me off with him was I had told him how I was doing and how what had happened, and I I'm actually gonna say it right here. He did feel kind of fake to me because
Mm.
I had, and I don't think this was in the screenshot because I didn't do it up high enough, but I had told him like, hey, I was out of a job and kind of struggling, and then this is why I wanted to. I don't quite remember what he said. Hold up, if I go to friends, I didn't reblock him. I know that. Kind of left him unblocked, didn't I?
Yeah, I think I know Discord does something strange. If you block someone, it masks the messages and removes it and stuff. But
Yeah. But he had said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing all right." And it's like I just told him how I was doing and that I was losing my job. So
mm.
it kind of struck me as like very ingenuine, and then he had said that was out of energy. Like I scrolled up a bit, and that's just been like what he's been saying for like the last like couple of years, and that also just started hitting me as just ingenuine. Maybe not fake, but just like I got kind of sick of hearing about it because
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Because the thing about like relationships are like a two-way street. So like, say
yes,
if you like open up to someone, obviously there's a kind of like a back and forth. It's
yeah,
like a tennis match. You expect the ball to be like thrown to
yeah,
either side.
exactly. And I played
And if
tennis.
if it's all just one-sided, then eventually it just fizzles out and
Yeah,
breaks.
and
Yeah.
then that's what I directly told him. I'm like, I know I might not always get around to all my friends, and I get around to some more than others just because they're on a Discord, like you for instance. Like,
Yeah,
I
time
mean, I
zones and
don't,
stuff,
yeah,
exactly.
time zones and like we just don't meet up always at the same time, and great. Um, but yeah, it's like I don't like have any like negative thoughts or feelings towards you. Like, I mean, and I was going into I had gone into up until that point into talking to him like without any negative thoughts and feelings, but then I let my fucking headstrongness, something get a hold of me, and
Mm.
I just I guess I kind of lost control. I mean, it's happened before in the past, but it was that but before it's like I said, I'd blow up on people. This was much
Yeah,
more controlled, which I'm actually happy with because that could have gone over much worse. I mean, Twitter drama aside, at least. But at the same time, like the Twitter drama doesn't really bother me as long as I still have a safe environment to where I'm when I'm streaming.
yeah,
But then we'll cross that bridge. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Like my mods have been helpful. I picked up a few more mods because I also have another incident with Foxcat where I was quite upset at him for um, being on his phone and driving. And I don't
Yeah.
know at what point he turned to be a complete ass and hypocrite, but
Mm.
I'm really concerned with him. And I brought it up to Lance and I brought it up to Super Sahama. Um, and I'm just kind of hoping he's all right. I mean, I know he doesn't seem all right, honestly, because that night the Foxcat I talked to was not the same Foxcat I remember. That honestly
Yeah.
worries me. Um, he I he has access to all my models, which also worries me, but I'm trusting him enough to not go fucking around with shit.
Yeah.
Um, because at that point I will pull the trigger on him and I will start well, I'd have no choice but to start Twitter drama per se.
Yeah.
I hate to fucking say it that way, but God, it sounds so fucking bad. But at that point, like, actually, I wouldn't even start Twitter drama. Fuck that shit. I know, because I paid for models on
Yeah.
that. No, I would just go to fucking court with him. I take that back.
Yeah. I would expect most people would have the decency to not misuse whatever assets they have.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
Yeah, and that's why, because, like, I don't want to give him full distrust. Like, I don't want to just, yeah. I mean, but at the same time, like, just, like, well, just his hypocrisy and what he said, like he,
Mm.
oh, like just in the one paragraph he sent before he went into a voice text was just terrible. And like, if you've read through it, like, where is he? Because he is one that there we go. Yeah, he said, because I got a little bit annoyed that I kept getting talked over.
Mm.
And it was annoyance in my voice.
Yeah.
Um, people were trying to help me with, or help, I was trying to help Jaws, my son, with, his model that he had
Mm.
ripped, and I didn't even know it until I got in the voice. I hopped in the voice channel like three different times because it was going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Um, and he's like, that was absolutely not okay. You were rude and aggressive, shutting people down when they were trying to help. I was being shut down myself too while I was trying to explain things.
Yeah.
And I was also being attacked for ripping the model because I had said it was ripped, and I was attacked for ripping the model. They didn't even like the whole room got silent. They started being like a little bit aggressive with me, and I was
Mm.
before I called him, I talked to him. I was like, "Were you here for the whole thing? Because you're fucking driving, and did you hear everything?" And he said he heard everything. So
Mm.
apparently he just didn't care. And one of the things he kept repeating after I asked that was if I ripped the model. And I was just like, I didn't rip the model. I'm helping someone. Like I had said that. Like,
Mm.
but yeah, and then he's like, not the kind of behavior I want from mods. It's like you're a mod too. You did nothing to stop that. I was the only mod in that voice channel. And
Yeah.
he's here talking about a safe place for his community that he wants to build, but he also went on later in the voice chat to complain about how I'm fucking with his job.
Mm.
And to that I told him, you're fucking with your own job. You could get fired or worse, you could die. And then to that he threw up in my face that um um, that he's like, don't turn this around on me type of deal. And I think honestly, what he meant in that moment was I'm fucking with his streaming, aka his community. He thought I
Mm.
was fucking with his community, making people uncomfortable. But at the same time, dude, I'm uncomfortable. Like you yourself as a person, Foxcat, that is, make me uncomfortable. The fact that people talk over me,
Mm.
like while I'm trying to speak like as
Yeah.
calmly as I can, and then the fact that I was attacked for ripping a model that I didn't rip, like, or helping someone because I tip my fucking artists. Like I got shut
Yeah.
down from
Exactly. Yeah.
I got shut down from saying that too when I was trying to say that. I was like, as soon as the mood turned hostile, I was like, y'all, I tip my artists. Like, I support artists. Like, you guys have, come on. Like, but anyways, He goes on to like, I could look over the art theft, I could look over the tiredness. I think he meant to go tiredness because it said tired. But in no way or shape or form was that okay. If you want to stay in this community, I suggest an apology be made. Sleep deprivation is not an excuse for that kind of behavior. I'm sorry, you said you could look over the tiredness, but sleep deprivation is not an excuse. At this point, I wasn't, I hadn't slept in 3 days because my
Yeah,
roommate was literally trying to kill me.
right.
Yeah, yeah, or at least try to harm me. But yeah, and the cops did nothing for it. So
That
yeah,
really sucks.
yeah, she's out of here now. She's good. She's
Right.
out. But she says if you're that tired, stop playing or he said if you're that tired, stop playing video games and go to sleep. Don't come into my and don't come into the chat. Like, dude, how fucking hypocritical of you. I know he himself has stayed up when he needed sleep to play video games and
Yeah,
shit.
loads of people do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
he's
Yeah,
like,
that
I
would
get,
annoy me as well.
yeah. He said, I get helping a friend and encourage that. However, do not take your frustrations out on the community, especially when they are trying to help. I am I am demodding you for this time being for this behavior. How you act around determines whether you remain in your community. And then I told them I was like, Zypo ripped the model, by the way. I was like, I literally don't have the time and energy. Well, I told them after the call ended. I was like, I literally don't have the time and energy. I was transparent and you ignored that because I was like, I told them or at least I tried to without being ignored. But
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. I guess I didn't really need to go into that, but at the same time, uh, I just wanted it all on a different record because I don't know what's fixing to happen with Sahama. Like, he hasn't blocked me or anything, so
Yeah.
he's dealing with his boyfriend, the breakup, I guess. I shouldn't say lost. I keep saying
Yeah.
lost, and people keep thinking that the person's dead, and I'm just like, oh, no, 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 he's broke up, my bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean because like for example, I'm like in real life, I'm quite like a shy person, so I
Yeah,
tend not to speak up a lot, and that
yeah,
kind of makes things difficult when I'm trying to do a stream and people are talking, and I want
yeah,
to like politely ask them to let me speak, but
yeah,
it's just one of those things. But yeah, that I fully understand that aspect of it
yeah.
for
And
sure.
trust me, usually when you make a change for yourself, it's not over the course of like 2 days. But I'm not going back to the shy me. Like, I can't afford to. Like, my life I've been happier. I don't have suicidal, I'm not suicidal anymore. And I'm not super depressed. Like, I don't know if that's because of the snap or because of the assertiveness, but like, even through all this, the old me would have been like hand on knife, like kind of deal, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm not fixing to like back down to anyone just because they fucking Twitter bully me or some shit. Like,
Yeah, the whole Twitter stuff is just it's just stupid. It just
it
gets
really is.
ridiculous. Yeah.
And then, of course, some of the people that had came out to me, like, I was already like fishy of, Diva, like, she was always giving me one-liners, and that's okay. I'm okay
Mm.
with that. She actually put in more effort than most people, and I honestly always thought she was genuine, but like, I don't know. And one last thing about that whole thing, like, as soon as Barry, like, I saw Barry come to me. Barry was the first one to approach me in DMs. Like, I saw him coming to me because because he was the one I was seeing. Like, I would raid Barry sometimes,
Mm.
and like, I'd see them together a lot. So like, I knew instantly. I knew Barry was like gonna be the one to like take over and like that he would or he she. I don't know pronouns right now. Probably she. I think
I
Loki's
know
she
what you
now.
mean, but yeah.
Um, but yeah, they ended up telling Barry, and from that point, like as soon as Barry like went on to me about like he had already ratted the personal drama either before or was ratting the personal drama that he should have just instead of leaving the server could have just talked out with me. But yeah, I was kind of past that point, like honestly, to be fair. But if he would have tried, I would have at least listened. Like, hey, I can see I'm like I haven't been the best I would have listened to that, like, because I'm not unreasonable here. Like, I'm not trying to be, but
Yeah, people should talk it out more. I mean, people get kicked off Twitch teams for all sorts of reasons and things, but it's kind of like if people had that chat before, then these
yeah,
kind of things wouldn't happen. But crazy, crazy world.
yeah. I mean, you're the third person to come to me and talk to me about what's happened. Like, Lashin did, MathX did because, well, MathX is a mod in a bunch of people's different servers, including some of the people that blocked me. So he's
Hmm.
probably relaying what happened and shit. And um, I don't want you to feel offended or anything, but I figured since I was going to talk about all this, I would record it and maybe put it up on YouTube if you're okay with that. Just so, I don't have to repeat myself three more times. Like,
Yeah, sure. I don't see a problem with that.
okay, because I'm honestly, I was thinking about it. Like, I was like, there's gonna be more people fucking coming at me and like wanting some kind of fucking explanation, and I might as well just record a video and just get it all out of the way. Yeah, but yeah, and then recently, what is it? What is it? Cyan approached me or not approached me. He kind of just like forced himself and forced me into like a confrontation that I wasn't exactly ready for.
Hmm.
But that was kind of my fault because I sent him a an invite that wasn't exactly friendly on VR chat, but at the same time, I didn't think of it as unfriendly. I've been cutting out a lot of people in VR chat because they don't, they don't ever like, a lot of them were people that just I never see or never accept invites. Like, and I don't
Yeah.
invite them constantly, but it's like, why have them around?
Yeah, exactly. Goes back to the whole like one-sidedness. Like I understand about like the things like the shout out things as well. It's kind of like sometimes you will see a person that comes in, gets shouted out, and then they would like
Yep.
maybe disappear. I mean, I don't really, I'm not really worried about that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I get how it kind of makes you feel like you are kind of like being used for that kind of
Yeah.
purpose, and it is like a valid thing on a lot of things. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those things.
But anyways, I'm just gonna end the recording here.